So the Philadelphia Eagles win on Monday night against the New York Giants, 23-17 in overtime. Now I want to go over the positive things that we did see in this game, so let's get straight to it. Boston Scott, holy shit. Boston Scott was probably the MVP of this game. I mean, his running style. For a guy that hasn't played from week 11, this guy, he had 6 receptions for 68 yards. I mean, whatever it was. 10 carries for 58. Whatever it was, okay, he was the MVP of this game. Among other players as well, not just him, but, Miles Sanders only had 45 yards rushing. Boston Scott is like a miniature Darren Sproles. We saw good things from Boston Scott in preseason. They kept him in a rhythm, and he was looking real good. They signed Darren Sproles, and we pretty much said, well, what's going to happen to Corey Clement? What's going to happen to Boston Scott? Boston Scott went to practice squad, and we were kind of like, why? And now I understand why. And, I was happy Darren Sproles was back, but I was 50-50 on it. I wasn't all in on Darren Sproles coming back. I wasn't. But Boston Scott, the quickness, when he faked out Jackrabbit. I mean, did you see that? I mean, that's like a young Darren Sproles. That's like the secret, that's like the cheat code. Literally, that's like a cheat code you have in your offense. Now, in Week 11, we didn't use him the right way. They were just throwing him up the middle. They weren't throwing to him in open space like they did in this game. I noticed a lot more differences in this game than we did play in Week 11. They threw to him in open space. They put him in good positions to win a to make a play and get a first down. They did a lot more with Boston Scott that I didn't think they were going to do, because after that first quarter, I was pretty much calling it quits, because I thought this offense was going to look like that the whole entire game. But then all of a sudden, Boston Scott got into a rhythm. And when Boston Scott gets into a rhythm, goddamn, he did really well. He really did well. So, got to give it to Boston Scott. I mean, this guy is going to be on a roster. If you're able to get an extension for Jordan Howard, and then all of a sudden you keep Boston Scott, you have Miles Sanders on the roster, my God, you're going to have a three-headed monster in that backfield. A bruiser, a shifter, and a guy that's just going to run all over the field like crazy, like he just did. And what a game he had. He had shown in this game that he can play in the NFL. And if they use him the right way, we will win football games. Sprinkle in some Miles Sanders. Hopefully Jordan Howard is back soon because of that stinger. But we'll see. Joshua Perkins is our third tight end, okay? Doesn't really get much playing time. He's been on the roster for a couple of years, okay? I've never actually had a problem with him because he can actually catch. He can actually do things. And what Doug did during this game with Joshua Perkins is he lined him up at slot receiver as well as tight end at certain times. So putting a guy at slot receiver, that's a good thing. We were down, to 3 receivers. Alshon Jeffrey gets hurt, and then Joshua Perkins, they started moving him around the field a little bit. They had him playing outside just probably for, just being out there. But they actually put him in the slot. I think he was throwing the ball 5 or 6 times, 35, 36 yards, something like that. But Joshua Perkins, man, I know we have 2 tight ends in front of him, but to have a reserve tight end like Joshua Perkins on the team is pretty damn good. And you know what? He's got some little quick feet when he gets off the line. If he can catch and he's got very reliable hands, guys. He really does. He's got reliable hands. That's the most important thing. So Joshua Perkins going forward, very happy. The Eagles, if you can see, the Eagles are starting to get, you're starting to see some of these young players get hungry. You're starting to see some guys make plays. You're starting to see what we can actually have next year, which is really important. So Joshua Perkins, fantastic. Greg Ward Jr. Other than missing that touchdown catch in the end zone, he closed his hands a little too early with defender kind of jumping, over him a little bit. You know what? It is what it is. He doesn't have enough playing time. He doesn't have enough actual game time, okay? This isn't preseason where you're catching wide open passes, which he had a very good preseason this past year. Greg Ward, a quarterback from Houston gets drafted, and this guy turns into a wide receiver. He's got some very good speed. He's not Deshaun Jackson. He's nothing spectacular, but the guy can get separation. Separation means big plays. Separation means the Eagles are doing the right thing by putting him in the lineup, and he's got to get more playing time. So Greg Ward Jr., caught a few balls. He actually caught a ball in traffic near the first down marker, and he was fighting. And when he gets a first down, he is ready to go, and he is pumped the hell up. I love the attitude, especially Boston Scott as well. The attitude on both of these guys are ridiculous because that's what we need. Don't have guys on this roster that take shit for granted. Don't have guys on this roster after the Super Bowl have become lazy and are not hungry for it anymore. We keep these guys in there. I don't care what the case is. But very happy to see that a tight end, a third-string tight end, plus having Greg Ward, the way he's been playing, he's putting up a fight, and I can't complain. And I wouldn't bring Jordan Matthews back, and that's what everyone's going to ask. No Jordan Matthews. I'd rather have Greg Ward right there on that line, ready to play. J.J. Whiteside didn't have much, didn't have many catches in this game. Got draped a little bit, was called for a crucial play, if you guys remember, beat his target on the outside and was held and caught the football for a first down, plus the PI call on the defender. Okay, what he's showing is I think he could be a better receiver than Alshon Jeffrey. Unfortunately, J.J. Whiteside needs more snaps than what he's getting now, and he's going to get more snaps this week. Alshon Jeffrey is out for the rest of the year. J.J. Whiteside is going to start showing what he could do, and what he could do is, what I noticed on that catch that he did do is that he has a nice track of the football with his hands and his arms laying out, and he could see where that ball is coming. Now, I know that we haven't seen too much from him, but Carson Wentz has missed two guys open. He's not ran for first downs. He's kind of just sitting in the pocket. But, for a guy like J.J. Whiteside, that was drafted in the second round after Miles Sanders, this guy needs to step up and do some good things. I hope he's not a bust. I hope he's something. Honestly, I really think he just needs more targets, and I just think he needs more playing time. And obviously, guys, from here down the stretch, it might not be enough playing time for him. He needs more than what he's getting. And if the Eagles feel secured with him next year, they don't have to go out and get another receiver. But unfortunately, I think they are probably going to, unless J.J. Whiteside turns our heads. But I think from what I'm seeing, he can get separation. He can beat guys off the line. And when you have a tall, big guy that can actually run and beat people, these DBs are going to hold the fuck out of this guy. And that's what happened, okay? Not targeted too much in this game. The ball went around to everybody. But J.J. Whiteside going forward, want to see more, can't wait to see more. Other than that, guys, that's really all I have for you. What I can take positive, when I'm talking about positive things that happened in this game, I know I can talk about Wentz, I can talk about Zach Ertz, but I want to talk about the real important stuff that, the team did well, but these young kids, these young players are very important to this roster and could be for next year. So I wanted to go over the things that, in my opinion, that I really like seeing in this offense, which really helped us win this football game. And you can use this going forward. Do we look vanilla? Do we look a little like teams are kind of knowing what we're doing? We looked like that. We did some different things that teams didn't know what we were doing. And the Giants, there were certain plays where they thought we were doing one thing, but they reenacted to another thing. Well, that's what I want to see from this team going forward when you go up and you go to Washington, face the Washington Redskins, okay? And you got to win out to get into the playoffs. So I was happy with this win. I'm really happy with these young players. I'm really happy with all these guys and what they've really produced and just going into this lineup hungry as fucking hell and just embracing the culture, embracing you're a Philadelphia Eagle with repping the wings on your helmet. Just going out there and just saying, who gives a fuck? Let's just make plays, have fun, and just do it. That's what I want to see from them, and that's what I want to see from all these guys. So, other than that, guys, let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think? What was your favorite moment of the game? Who was the MVP of this game? Just everything like that. We know Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz is always reliable. I know I've talked my shit about Zach Ertz. I understand that, but I'm thinking about the team more than the personnel, and I'm just thinking about moving forward and maybe these losses have clouded my judgment about certain things because, you get pissed off and you say shit you don't want to say, but you mean to say it, but you don't mean to say it. So that's just something that happens. Other than that, that's it. I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Fly, fly.